Hi, I'm Ari.
I'm Nick.
And snow to see you. This is Ice Joke.
We are in Lassen, baby.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Get it?
Yeah, I
Like
get
you
it.
thought I would say ice to see you, and it's snow joke.
Okay.
Except it was intentional the whole time. Oh, fuck you.
Okay. Welcome to the 38th episode of Pwn. We are your hosts.
Look at that shit.
Yo, 70.
So that's not where we are. So yes, we're in the middle of our Pwn road trip, and here we are.
I'm
we're
trying
on
to make
day
a joke
4.
with like this would lessen the blow with this national park, but I can't think of one.
That was forced, man.
We're here in Lassen National Park, one of the lesser-known national parks. And we're here.
Come on.
Come on, Nick. One of the Yosemite known.
One of the lesser known.
We've come all this way to Northern California
To die up.
just to tell you that we saw a movie.
Yep.
We saw a movie. We thought it'd be funny that while we're on our road trip to see the film,
Yosemite.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
There it is.
Yes,
and
that's
the
it.
suspense.
Get
Kill
it? Because we're away from our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know where we live.
we are distant from our residence.
Oh yeah, we live here.
Oh yeah, that's actually our house is back behind that mountain.
This is actually a green screen.
Before we begin, I'd like to remind everyone, what did we think of Spider-Man Homecoming? You saw it recently.
Not good. Boring. Bad.
I thought it was not very. It felt so formulaic.
It's not good. I don't like it. It's not good.
So 3 people who generally do not like the first movie of Spider-Man.
Yes. Now, we went all the way to Carson City to go see...
Just to see this movie.
Just to see this movie. That's the only reason we went to
and
Carson
then we
City.
stopped at the
Yeah.
national park on the way.
So, I guess I can actually just play the clip of our initial opinions, right? So, cut to that, Johnny. All right, boys, what do we think? First
Didn't like
impression.
it. Hated it, kind of.
That was okay. Some parts are horrid.
There were parts that I liked.
Liked it more than the first one.
I like Spider-Man.
We've let it sit for a day. We've thought about it. I don't think our opinions have changed much. But Ari, if you want to start us off, what did you think of Spider-Man Far From Homecoming?
I thought
Wait,
it was.
no. Spider-Man Far From Home.
I thought it was immensely better. I enjoyed the movie, and I didn't. Yeah. I liked
didn't
the
unenjoy it.
characters. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a very good superhero movie. I thought it was a funny, and entertaining.
What do you think, Wes?
Edgy.
I didn't like it.
All
I
right,
thought it was
well,
dumb. I thought it was dumb. I thought it was made by a 4-year-old. And
yeah, I just want to point out, at one point during the movie, Wes turned to me and went, I think Tom Holland made this. I liked it more than the first one, and I don't think I hated it, but I thought it was kind of dumb at parts, and there was a lot of terrible dialogue. I laughed ironically more times than unironically,
yeah, I wouldn't have laughed as much if I wasn't seeing it with you guys.
but I also do think there were moments that were genuinely funny that we can get into.
The kids are in the kill zone.
Yeah, here, I can start off the next section of this discussion the way that they did it in Spider-Man Homecoming. God damn it.
In memoriam?
Yeah, I can just... We're gonna go up until there's like a good spoiler and then give you a warning.
A good spoiler.
Wes.
Actually, is there anything that we can... Oh,
He
fuck.
doesn't even have time to do this.
I'm not gonna be
He's
able to
editing it on
animate
my computer.
Good luck.
Oh, shit.
I only have
Like-
Microsoft Word.
Yeah, this
Fine.
phone has been edited in Microsoft Word.
Avengers Endgame, everyone died. And everyone came back, and they called it the snap. But then in this movie, they changed it to the blip.
The blip.
For no reason.
It's the stupidest thing ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
but like the snapping.
Maybe
would've
the
been better.
snapping, yeah.
Yeah, the snapping. We're gonna call it the snapping from now on. So, what has changed since the snapping? There is the best scene in the movie, I think we can all agree, is the opening scene where they give a bit of context. They go in memoriam for Iron Man and other characters that died. Betty and some guy do an opening news thing, and they say,
You know
"Look
her
at these
name?
people." Yeah, I remember. That's the only name I remember. Don't worry, including Peter Parker.
Wait.
People aged while the blip was happening, and then the people that came back are the age they were when they left. So like the one guy's like, yeah, my little brother is older than me now, and so they make them take school again, which is how Disney decided they were going to handle doing a Spider-Man movie after
5 years
5 years
after.
passed. Yeah.
Yeah, they go to Europe for no reason.
What's a school trip?
No, but I mean,
But
like,
why?
It could
What do you mean? I went to
could've
Russia
been
for no
anywhere.
reason for school.
I know, but like
right.
the movie could have taken place anywhere. But, I mean, it could have taken place in New York, and then Mysterio would have made the monster in New York.
Let's just
Yeah, so that
establish.
didn't.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
they wanted
I'm
to
just
make a
saying-
movie.
I'm
you
just
know?
saying it doesn't matter.
I will give the movie that. They wanted to make a movie, so they did. Like, they're allowed to make them go.
I don't think it's a bad movie.
I don't
because
think
it
you
took
can.
place in Venice.
I don't think you
Kidding,
can
kidding.
complain that they're in Venice for no reason when we are filming a pony on a mountain.
Look at us.
Peter wants to get with MJ. MJ is a weird character. Parts of this movie that I like the most are like literally just the first act. I think it's very well done. It's fun the way it's edited. Antics on the plane. Also, what are you doing?
We won't be able to hear it.
Yeah.
So, what did you not like about the movie, and I will rebuttal it?
Yeah, before we get into spoilers, is there anything general that you didn't like that you can say?
I didn't like the villain.
Yes, the villain was very poorly written, and I mean, okay.
I also
if
think-
you read comic books, you know he's the villain. If you don't read comic books, you can figure out
You know he's the
within
villain.
2 seconds that he's the villain.
Yeah, because the elementals, if they were the villain, that would be extremely uninteresting because they're just beings,
Yeah.
which would be really stupid.
I thought it wasn't that obvious. I thought it was just a poorly written, like, good guy.
No, I was waiting for the moment to happen, which is my favorite trope that's in a lot of Disney movies. The character leaves, music cue changes. That's what you think.
Ben
You know, I'll
from
be
Frozen.
seeing you again. Yeah.
Wait, no, not
Like-
him, the other one, the prince.
So camera turns around instantly. Jake Gyllenhaal's just like, yeah, everyone, we did it. Everyone come on down. I'm like, what? Studio audience here. I don't know what this is. And then he, like, one by one introduces all of his people, like, to themselves, right? He's doing a
He's
toast.
doing a toast.
He's
and
doing
he's
a toast,
recognizing
which is
people.
fair. But I feel like a toast, you know, to Wes, who has always helped me, versus to Wes, who was there when we established Pone and was the one that said, Paul, we should do this, you know?
I think that's not that weird.
Like, we could have figured it out from the scene later on when they're directing. That gives it all away.
Yeah, that does.
That's
Actually,
like a way better way of explaining
there's
it. They
actually
just show
no
the
reason to
directing.
even know who these people are.
If they just showed the directing scene, I think that'd
Yeah.
be a much better way of
I
establishing.
think that.
I don't know. I think it was like, oh, remember when I invented the hologram technology that
Mr.
allowed us
Star
to
Okay.
stole?
See, that's the difference, though. I thought it was very that part took me out of it. When he's introducing and toasting to everybody, he's like, "Oh, thanks, Brian, for giving me the ability to hack the." Is it explained that they hacked the Avengers like satellites, right? So Nick Fury wouldn't know. Would give the
Wait,
reading.
but hold on. He's already been using the drones. What does he need the glasses
More
for?
drones.
Wait, no, hold on.
Stupid, yeah.
Actually, he hasn't shown him have any drones, right?
No,
You know, he
that's
did
how
have
he did.
drones.
He has to,
Yeah,
because that's how he
remember
did the other
projector
ones.
fell off from one of the drones, and then so he had drones before. That's how he was doing it.
He,
To find
he says to
and
the
to find the
glasses,
kids.
Edith, kill Peter Parker, right? Or he could say to the tech guy controlling all the drones, tech guy, shoot him.
That's like saying Edith is the same power as the guy he has behind the desk.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah,
I'm
it
saying.
does.
That's exactly what I'm
No.
saying.
I'm
That's
just saying
the
that
whole
Edith-
point of Edith that is established the entire time is that it's a super powerful tool.
Peter's
Here's the problem I have with this version of Spider-Man. Is like Spider-Man's supposed to be one of the smartest teenagers ever, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
so
supposed
makes
to be
it
the smart, super smart kid, and yet he just accidentally launches a drone to kill someone. Like, how did you not know that was gonna happen?
I mean-
how's he so stupid? And then two, he gets fooled by Mysterio when it's pretty like easy to see that he kind of staged it
I
to
feel like
give him the glasses.
socially,
why would he give
he's
him the
always
glasses?
been the trusting, not smart one socially. Like, yeah, he's like, oh, I can build a reactor with my tools and whatever. Like, and remember he walked into with Mysterio and he talked about like multiverse, ha ha ha, thing. You know?
I just think that he should be
No.
smarter
Okay,
like
but
that.
that's the thing. That's a good point. He says things that a smart person would know about, but he doesn't say anything particularly smart about them.
In the context of the film, that's what it's supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be. I just don't think it's super well written.
Yeah.
I agree with you that he's
Like, I don't-
supposed
I
to
don't-
be smart.
like,
I just don't think it was written.
I understand him looking up to Mysterio, but I don't understand him giving him the glasses because that doesn't really make much sense to me. Like that he
well, it
he
showed
would
you his
read-
thought process.
No, but like the note said like to the next Iron Man, I trust you. That sounds to me like you are the next Iron
Yeah.
Man.
The whole point is it's not a smart decision, right?
Exactly, but I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like I don't like how dumb Spider-Man is. He shouldn't be.
So
Well,
okay,
that's
then,
not-
okay,
that's not
then
a new
Wes,
thing,
Wes,
though.
Wes,
No,
Wes.
it's new to like this version, the Tom Holland Peter Parker.
Oh, but it's not a problem with this movie particularly.
It's my problem with this Spider-Man in general. Like, he does
Okay.
stupid things in other movies too. Another problem
I feel like it's
I
pretty
have
off,
is
like,
I don't
you'd be
like
able to do
I
that.
don't like how much these Spider-Man movies are about Iron Man. Like the last one, Iron Man was like always helping him out, and this one is still all about Iron Man. Like, there's no Spider-Man movie that's just a Spider-Man movie.
Except for
There's-
And same thing with
there's
the
a
villain.
bunch.
Like, the villain of
There's
the
a
last
bunch.
movie was screwed over by Iron Man because Iron Man created the team, the defense team that would clean up the messes instead of the Vulture.
It's fan service.
And then-
It's what they want. They want to like
No,
in
but I'm just
memory
saying,
of
like,
Iron Man.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just hearing me out. This villain, so the last movie, the Vulture, was supposed to clean up after New York, right? But then Iron Man created a division of the government that would clean up. So he put Vulture out of a job, and so Vulture was radicalized and used the tech from that in order to make his Vulture
You're right,
suit.
both
And then
villains
this
are
this one was
Iron
inspired
Man
by
heroes.
Iron Man, and then it, for a different reason, and then uses the tech
But
to
like,
do that.
the thing is, the way they've set this universe up, that makes sense that everything revolves around Iron Man, and that's why the villain wants to be Iron Man to begin with, is because obviously Iron Man has sway over
I think
everything.
it's the point of like
Yeah,
the
I think-
MCU
okay, I think-
is that Iron Man is.
It did
don't
start with
control.
Iron Man.
I think like it's as much like a Captain America series as it is an Iron Man series. Yeah, I don't know. I think like one of the things I think you're supposed to get from this villain is that is he supposed to be egotistical? Is he supposed to be sucked up? Yeah, I didn't get that much. I think that they should have
He
shown
seemed like a
more.
nice
fly
guy
off,
to
dude.
be. I also
Yeah,
I thought
Cheeto's gonna fly off the table.
All he does is
yeah, the aspect that I liked the most about the character, and like the only thing that redeemed it to me, not even redeemed it, but the only saving quality it had is
Acted well.
he's a good actor, but also he's like almost likable. He's stupid and he says dumb things, but he is like a charming person. A
he has to be pretty crazy because his plan, there's nothing wrong with it other than the fact that he wants to kill people in the destruction.
Yeah.
If he just made these holograms and made it look like he was saving the world without killing people, then that would be fine.
I feel like he's also
Well, it
trying...
would be very deceptive. I want to be like.
Yeah, but
No, but I'm
you know
just
what
saying
other...
that, like, that wouldn't make him a villain. Like, he wouldn't need to shut him down and kill him.
Well, I mean, of
Like,
course,
Deception
the
is a
thing
fine
yeah,
character
that's why they
trait
wrote him so
for a
he's
villain, too.
Like they're not gonna make a villain like not a villain, right?
But at the same time, I never think that he's the hero. So there's not
Well,
like
you never think that Gyllenhaal is the hero.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying
Never
like
done anything.
with Thanos, you like
Thanos is an obvious villain.
But like Thanos, you believe it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're like what he's doing could be right.
The thing with
That's what I'm saying.
Thanos' plan versus Mysterio's plan is that Thanos, his end goal is to kill people, right? He wants to get rid of people.
Thanos.
Whereas the end goal of Mysterio can easily be achieved without murder, you know?
Yeah, and he's a psychopath. That's why he should be stopped.
I feel, yeah.
I think he says he's mentally unstable, and he barely shows it. The only way he shows it is when he's like, kill the people. We could double the damage, or like, oh, you can fire the drones even though I'm in like the blast distance.
I think most like people who are like diagnosed with like to be a psychopath aren't like obviously like you see them and they're like acting crazy.
I mean, I don't think this is like a mental health movie. Like,
I know exactly, but like it doesn't. It's not saying it doesn't. It makes sense. Like it doesn't not make sense.
I thought of another point. There's something he says multiple times in the movie where he wants an Avengers scale threat. I feel like that's the movie talking about itself. Feels like this movie, after Endgame, is struggling to figure out, okay, now what do we do? Right? And I thought
think
for a
that's-
second they brought in alternate universes. I'm like, oh, well, that opens a whole can of worms,
Okay.
except that's not even what happened.
I thought that would
Think
be
about
cool because then they could do a Spider-Verse live action crossover.
So the thing is, Spider-Man. The whole point of a Spider-Man movie, he's gonna save the world, right? I expect him to save
or
the world.
save New York, or save
New York, yeah.
or save his girlfriend.
So I feel like this is a perfectly unique way to do it, especially given what's happened in the previous movies.
Like in the old Spider-Man movies, it's just like a man-to-man conflict, right? But like this
I
one,
mean, it almost is. Because if the elementals are fake, which they are, his Avengers scale threat is fictional. So if you really look at it, it is kind of just Spider-Man versus Mysterio. It's just the threat is that Mysterio could theoretically...
like at no
I
point,
don't understand
At no
what
point
his-
does Mysterio never make Spider-Man question himself, and Spider-Man never makes Mysterio question himself. They're just like two people that are like at odds.
These two movies have very similar villains in that they're both Iron Man products.
Yeah.
They're both poorly written, and they're both played by very good actors that say dumb dialogue.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think the biggest problem with the last movie, which I said earlier, which was how cliche it felt and how cliche the plot felt, and I think that's the biggest problem. That one was fixed.
I'm glad that they tried something
Like,
different.
So
but
Wes, do
I
you
didn't
like
the
do
execution.
you like this one better than Homecoming?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
You hate
Homecoming more?
Homecoming.
I
Like a lot.
I thought it was really boring when I watched it.
I did
But
like this
one,
a lot
This
more.
one, when I think about it, I just think about how much I would never want to see this again. In my opinion, there's one good action scene that I thought was genuinely pretty good. It's the one in the warehouse.
Yeah,
when it's all
that's good.
holograms. That's good because it's all trippy. It's like
It reminded me of
kind of like
Ant-Man,
Doctor
too.
or like it reminded me of
And
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange,
Yeah. But like the other ones, the first one is he's just running away from water. The second one.
Do you want to bring up your point that you keep trying to
Oh,
say?
okay. This is in the trailer, so you can show footage. He gets splashed by the water guy, or like the water guy like runs into him, and he gets wet. If it's holograms, how does Spider-Man get wet? Then at the end, when he goes through the air guy, there's drones everywhere. So why aren't there drones everywhere with the water guy?
Okay. This is why I think it is, right?
Also, okay.
No, I want to hear. Yeah.
Okay, because it's not just a hologram, right? You see the boat get pushed on the land with the two lovebirds in it.
There's
Yeah,
there's
there's
just
just
water
the
going
drones.
on.
It's just the drones like pushing it. Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
he
Okay,
doesn't
so
go
what-
through the
and
base.
you know,
of it, he
fine,
goes
fine.
through-
And you know
I'll
when
give
the
you this.
drones hit Spider-Man off the thing with the big boom.
yeah,
thing.
I'll give you this. It's just,
They're splashing everywhere.
So
It makes
they're
sense
just,
that
they're
he's
just
wet.
splashing water. But then when he goes through it, why are there no drones? Also,
I like
I thought about this in the movie. His plan is to go inside the air guy because he thinks the drones are going to be in there, right? But one, when he goes through the water elemental, Nick, shut the
Like, who says the drones have to be inside the water guy? He's like minuscule in comparison to the first one.
No. It's what is happening? No. But I'm just saying, like,
You could probably fit maybe like a drone in there, maybe.
If it's a storage thing, then sure,
Like-
I'll give him that.
Like, I mean, imagine
Every
filling
other
the
time-
water thing full of like 20 drones.
every
Like,
other
you can't do
time,
it.
it's
the
on,
same
it's
spacing,
from
it'd
the
be like one
outside.
drone.
Even in the flashback to Civil War, it's on the outside facing in. So why is this one time it's on the inside facing?
maybe.
The only thing we ever see with drones inside is a huge one in the sky where this expects no one to be in. The only person that would be in there is Spider-Man, who
Yeah,
should
no,
think
but
is dead.
why does Spider-Man think there's gonna be drones on the inside when there's never other drones on the inside at the other ones?
Does he know? No, he just
I
needs
think
to
he
go
just-
in from the top.
No,
and
but
then-
he says to Happy, I'm gonna go inside the hologram and take it out.
Look, I'm gonna have to
it
step
showed
in
up.
and moderate here. You two are going in circles.
Okay, let's talk about Incredibles.
Can you say anything good about this movie before we do the Incredibles
So,
comparison?
okay, so some of the humor, I can't tell how much was actually good and how much I laughed at because it's stupid.
What did you laugh hardest at?
I liked the throwing the banana.
Okay, that was good.
I knew there was going to be a banana joke because I watched the Hindi trailer, but it was the one when she opens the suitcase. So I didn't know there was going to be a banana joke before that. This movie has a lot of cringe humor, which I guess I was
And it's
spending.
good cringe
Yeah, it's
humor,
good.
though.
It's good because, like, I think it's funny. I think it's genuinely funny when the plane shakes and then the girls start holding hands and then they have a moment and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
I think that was
and then they
supposed
just
to be a
start
joke.
dating.
And I like all of Ned's writing where he just goes, I'm a man now, Peter. I used to be a boy, and that boy met a woman.
I was like, what the fuck is this? But I'm like, okay, I guess this is funny.
But your favorite line is,
It made me smile. I liked it.
kids are in the kill
Oh,
zone.
the kids are in
So
the
the
kill
kill-
zone. British
Wait,
guys-
what about, Ari, you know the other amazing line at the end? When the kid that keeps streaming walks up to his
yeah.
like chauffeur and goes, "Did-
Mom
did-
couldn't make it?
Mom couldn't make it?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, that was
It's
so
a-
funny.
it was
I don't
just-
know if that was supposed to be funny.
So Incredibles, Syndrome doesn't have any powers, but they still fight because he has like tech that allows him to fight. This
Can we
one-
do a better transition than that? Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
So Wes has a theory that this movie is just Incredibles.
I was the
this
first
wasn't-
person to say it's the same villain, though.
Yeah, no, this wasn't the original thing. Weekly Planet said it before it even came out.
Okay,
They were
yeah.
like, oh, I bet it's the Incredibles. We can agree that, right? Incredibles is great.
Incredibles
Syndrome
is
is
a
a
good
much
movie.
better villain.
Yeah.
But,
Is he a better looking villain though?
well, that's just personal taste.
Oh shit.
Nick likes some redheads.
Yeah. Oh, he's got like the Jimmy Neutron hair, doesn't he?
Okay, Jake Gyllenhaal's a better looking villain. No, I think Syndrome's a better written villain. It's more.
Well, yeah, but we're comparing to Incredibles.
No, I know.
I'm concerned about the level of like conflict in the upcoming movies. Like I don't know.
What do you mean, like how big of a threat?
Yeah, like
I
I
think
like
the
the
idea
ones
of-
with the smaller threats.
I think what I've heard from Phase 4 is that they're not gonna have an overarching threat yet.
Okay,
That these
good.
movies are gonna be pretty self-contained.
Okay.
I would like.
Yes.
How many phases are there gonna be? Never ending?
Yes.
Yeah.
Until Disney goes bankrupt. So
Which
never.
will never happen. So
We'll see.
how many are probably gonna be? How many are in?
Phase 4, you think?
Yeah. How many
well,
were in this
we
one?
can speculate. There were a lot. I don't know. We can speculate. So they're probably gonna make a third Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Nick, your Cheetos
Your
bag.
Cheetos running away, dude.
Shit.
Definitely a second Black Panther because that sold really well. I feel like they would have already done a second Doctor Strange. I don't know. It's hard to tell with that one.
I don't know if he likes doing it.
I don't know if people like Doctor Strange.
I don't know if Doctor Strange likes Doctor Strange.
I don't know. Do we want to end it off by talking about the next Spider-Man movie?
There's another
AKA
Spider-Man.
this one's mid-credit scene.
Well, when was that?
I don't even remember.
Okay,
what
well,
happened.
basically, for the next one, I saw on IGN, they were like, is this the villain of the next Spider-Man movie? And I didn't look at it because I hadn't seen the movie yet, but
the
it was
guy.
an outline of Kraven the Hunter, so maybe it'll be Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven the
Who
Hunter.
the hell is that?
He's a guy who hunts.
Which makes sense because everyone knows who he is, I guess.
No, I'm just gonna say that it literally doesn't matter if anyone knows that he's Peter Parker.
Is that they can't be like your normal like teenage hiding at movies anymore. That's the difference it makes.
Yeah,
true.
I guess.
The big point
So
of it.
is this one just gonna be like World War Spider-Man? Like
But-
everybody in the universe is trying to kill him, which I would love.
Yes.
That's like John Wick 3.
Yes.
And he has until midnight until he's hunted.
That's all we have time for on this episode
Wow, that was
of
a long
Pwn.
Pwn.
If you like this episode of Pwn, go ahead and like the video. Leave a comment, leave a favorite, leave a dislike if you want to. You're kind of a jerk though, because look at this mountain. Wes, say whatever we do. Well, I don't even know what comes next. Literally,
Who are
just
we
say
sponsored
things.
by? Who are we sponsored
We are
by?
sponsored by James. All the James. Everyone who's named James is giving us money.
This
We're
one's for
looking at you,
This
James.
is for you, James.
Yeah.
Here's to
James
you.
Jonah Jameson.
Kid. All right.
Wes,
Here's our favorite comment from the last episode.
Whoa.
where are we going next?
It's on the mountain. The
The
Sahara.
Ari,
Crater Lake.
yes. Wes, what are we talking about in the next episode?
Easy.
We're gonna do a snow cone tier list. What did you think we were gonna do?
Hey.
Okay.
Snow cone tier.
All right.
Like,
What do you think we're
we'll
gonna
be
do?
back.
been-
Wait,
Wait,
oh shit. You're actually super
Pwn.
fun.
Hold on, wait. What's our favorite comment? We forgot the favorite.
We did that.
We did? What is it? All right, let's do the outro, boys. 3, 2,
2,
1.
Pwn.
Okay, now let's run off, boys.
Oh, you
into the wild.
you run off. Oh, that was a nice one actually. Good slide. Okay, I'll stop the voice recording.
Kids are in the kill zone.